Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm super excited to be back here today filming another video for you guys. I know I've been really MIA recently, and as most of you know, it's because I have been doing an intensive course, and I've wanted to just kind of really focus on that. But I'm now graduated, which is really exciting, so I thought that the best video to come back with is my experience with Delamar, kind of like an overall experience on Delamar Academy, and just answer some of your questions I received since telling you guys that I was studying at Delamar. So many of you have asked me questions about like which course did I do, like how did I afford it is a big one, and like so on and so forth. So I've written down on my phone, I've put down a few of like my most frequently asked questions, and also the questions that I had before I started the course. I know that I really wanted a video like this before I started, so I could just kind of listen to someone else that's been there and done it, and kind of hear some experiences like that, rather than just kind of, because there's lots of, if you search for Delamar, there's lots of kind of graduate testimonials and that kind of thing, but I think it's different to be able to just sit down and listen to someone talk about their experience. So this is what I'm going to be doing for you today. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Delamar is a makeup academy. It's Delamar Academy of Makeup and Hair for TV, fashion, film and theatre. Those are the four big ones. So we cover, I mean, depending on what course you do, basically you can do courses, I think from like 3 or 4 days, kind of like a week, all the way up to a year course, which is the longest course that they offer. Now, depending on how much you want to study, if you have previous experience, also how much kind of like money you have is a big one, because Delamar is very expensive, and a lot of you have been kind of like, is it worth it? You know, how did you get the money together? Okay, so to begin with, the course that I studied was the 22-week course. It was the Advanced Complete Makeup Artist course. They have the two that seem to be the most popular, are the 16-week and the 22-week. After the 22-week, the 6 months, which is one that I did, there is the 1-year course. So depending on what you want to do, you can also do add-ons. If, say I did the 22-week, which I did, if I wanted to then do an extra week on portfolio building, or I don't know, I wanted to do like advanced prosthetics or something kind of like something a bit different, advanced hair, I don't know, then I can always go back and do that, but that is extra money obviously. Okay, so the course that I did, how much is it, which is what everyone seems to be asking. The course that I did was £13,800, which I know you're going to be like, girl, that is a lot of money. I know it's a lot of money, but the thing that the way that I kind of did this in my head and kind of not justified it, but kind of thought that it was worth it, is that A, it's what I want to do, and I was thinking if I was going to do a 3-year course in uni, it would be more than 13 grand to do 3 years in uni, with like travel and living and like just everything in general, books. You know, 13 grand when you think of it in terms of like education isn't really that much. Yes, it's a lot of money for doing a 6-month course, but I have come out of Delamar feeling like I could be put into any job at all, from like, I don't know, an underwater photo shoot to being a daily on, I don't know, like a massive film production where I'd have to be doing like homeless people. Like, I feel like now I have the confidence and the skill set to be able to do any of that. So I feel like you just cover so much, and you have such a wide variety of things. Like, I did everything from knotting facial hair, I made like moustaches, I did 6 weeks of advanced fashion, I did loads of hair, I did barbering, hair cutting, I did film, I did wigs, like I did so much stuff. And if there's any parts of the course that you're particularly interested in that you'd like me to do kind of a separate video, because I don't want to make this video really long, I just want to kind of give you like an overview. If there's particular parts of the course that you really want to hear about, then do let me know, because I'm more than happy to do a separate video on a more kind of in-depth on particular parts of the course. Oh, I do just want to say that I absolutely love the course. I was really sad to graduate. I mean, I was excited because I'm kind of ready to go out into the world and be like my own freelance makeup artist, but at the same time, I absolutely loved my course. I loved my tutors, I loved the girls that I was studying with, all the staff, the team at Delamar, excluding the tutors, just like the kind of the aftercare team and like the admin girls. Oh, honestly, they are the loveliest people. It doesn't matter what was going on, if I needed help with anything at all, they were there. So supportive, so easy to get along with. They're just a really great team, and I think if you are thinking of Delamar, you will be able to go in for kind of like a tour. If you can model, definitely model, because if you go in, if you call up and say like, hi, you know, I'm looking at attending Delamar, blah blah blah, I like to come and have a look around, they'll often bring you in and then they'll ask you if you'd like to model for one of the classes, which obviously if they have space for someone to come and model, which often there is, in which case absolutely 100% do it. I did when I went in for my kind of tour and everything, and it gives you a proper feel for what the classes are like when you're going to be there. It was just, honestly, it was just so much fun. I was really, really sad to leave. I couldn't have wished for a better course, and I honestly mean that. I couldn't have wished to do anything more, as in like, I feel like I covered enough of everything that we did to feel confident enough to go out now and work. So yes, I absolutely loved it. Okay, so one of the biggest things is to do obviously with the money and stuff. So how much is it? It was, well, 14 grand, £13,800. And how did I afford it? Barclays do a professional career development loan. If you Google PCDL Barclays loan, it will come up, all the information is there. That's basically how I afforded the course. That loan is up to 10 grand maximum. So I took the full 10 grand, but I had to pay 4 grand out of my own money, which you have to do anyway for a deposit. It's all kind of explained on the website, but by all means definitely have a look at the professional career development loan. The only thing is that it gives you 2 months after you graduate to start paying it back, which is different to student loans, where you start paying student loans back when you start earning a certain amount of money. Unfortunately, it's not like that with the Barclays loan. You get 2 months and then you have to pay. So I've got a month to go till I pay, and I'm a bit like, oh, but yeah, anyway, so that's basically how I afforded it. I'm not kind of ashamed to tell you that. I'm not gonna lie, I had a long, stressful process of getting that loan. It took me about 1.5 years to get the loan, so I was first initially planning on doing the course in 2013, and I started in 2015, so it took me a couple of years to get everything sorted. Okay, so is it worth the money, is another question. Absolutely, 100 million %. I feel like the money that you're paying is for your tutors, I think, mainly. The tutors at Delamar are at the top of their game. I personally really want to go into fashion. That's something I've always been really interested in, rather than kind of like TV and film. Not that I would turn down TV and film, but fashion is something that I'm really passionate about. The fashion tutors were amazing. I mean, all my tutors were amazing. There wasn't one tutor that I was like, oh, like really don't like them, or they're not very helpful, or they're all great. And I think this is the big thing, is that Delamar make a big effort to kind of not bring in people that we're not going to enjoy, because there's no point bringing in tutors if the students don't enjoy it, right? So yeah, they're really, really good. And if there's ever any problems between like the tutors and you, or someone else in your class and you, if there's anything, all the admin ladies are there. There's Jackie and Leda, and Monica and Charlotte are the 4 that you kind of really speak to, and they're all really, really lovely and really helpful. So is it worth the money? 100%. As I say, I covered so much stuff in the 6 months, I can't even really, when I think back, it's nuts, like the amount of stuff that I learned in such a short period of time. And another thing, which I think is why it makes the monies kind of worth spending, is because their aftercare in Delamar is second to none. No other makeup academy that I know of offer a kind of agency. Delamar basically run an agency for all their graduates, so that there's constantly work experience coming through, and they email it out to us, and it's first come, first served. If you can get in there and say, yes, I want to do this job, then you get a job. So yeah, it's really, really good. And you know, if you make good friends with the girls that or guys, I had a couple of guys, the people on your course, stay in touch with them, stay kind of chatting with them and things, because you pass on work. Like, I've got a job on Wednesday, I'm doing a music video, and I got that job through a girl that I did the course with, and she passed it on to me because she couldn't do it. So there you go, I got a job. And I think that's really important, is to kind of keep like a close-knit family, because the makeup world is fucking savage. People are crazy, and I think it's good to kind of keep your own back, keep yourself covered, and look after each other, because I feel like if you look after other people, they're going to look after you, at least you hope so. So yes. What was my favourite part of the course is something that I've been asked a lot. My favourite part of the course was fashion, 100%. I had, my tutor was Joanne Brine. She is an incredible makeup artist. She's been in the industry for something like 18 years. She's just amazing. Really kind of like perfectionist, really kind of anal about things, but absolutely wonderful. And she was I absolutely loved her. I also had I had Emma Shipley, who is the what do you call it? She's the head makeup artist for Ted Baker on their online lookbook. She was really lovely, and she rekindled my love of gloss, because I was always like, ew, gloss, but actually gloss is amazing. So yeah, my favourite part was fashion, 100%. We covered so much stuff, really interesting. Everything from, God, like modern 60s, 20s, like Pat McGrath kind of work. And we covered, oh my God, we covered liner, lips, colour, baby doll looks, Prada, Gucci campaigns, kind of all the different aspects of fashion, editorial, commercial. We covered so much. Glitter, there's a lot of glitter. So much fun. And the other thing with the 22-week course that I did is you also get a photo shoot included in the course. You don't have to pay for any extra, you do the photo shoot. And I've actually got my prints, I'll show you actually. So this is now my portfolio that I'm starting to build up. I've only got 2 pictures in here, but so yeah, this was the photo shoot that I did. It's a beauty photo shoot, so I've got, oh God, it's all a bit shiny. Oh God, hit myself in the face. So yeah, I've got a couple of pictures in here, the beginnings of my portfolio. But yeah, so this is the photo shoot I did with uni, and these are the prints that we got, and we had to do like a smoky eye, and then we did just like a natural, like a skin focus look. So yeah, that was my photo shoot that I did, and it was so much fun. So yes, God, you can probably tell I'm just buzzing. Every time I talk about it with anyone, I'm just like, oh my God, like Delamar is amazing. I absolutely loved it. Another question, did you get a kit and can we see? Yes, we did get a kit. It's quite an extensive kit. I mean, to the point where you can do the entire course without buying anything else and you'd be okay. I think it's worth about £1,000. So you do get a lot. You get like full sets of like NARS foundations. You get Ben Nye, like what do you call it? Blush palettes. You get a full brush roll. You get all sorts. And yeah, my kit is actually on top of my wardrobe at the moment. It's full of stuff. I've done a lot of shopping since I graduated. If you'd like to see a separate video on my kit, then I can definitely do that. I can show you what I have in. Obviously, I'm like a beginner. I'm a little baby in the big makeup world, but I could show you my beginnings of my freelance kit. If you'd like to see that, please let me know. And the last question, which I often get asked, which is what I knew that I wondered, is which course is right for me? This is a really hard one. This is, I think, really depends on your experience, what you want to go into, and your financial situation, whether you can afford it or not. And also how long you want to commit. I mean, I was umming and ahhing between the 1 year and the 22 week. The 1 year is a lot more, there's a lot more coursework, and you have like an exhibition and stuff that you do everything in a lot more detail. Personally, I feel like 22 weeks is enough to get your foundation of everything. Like I mean, there was a guy when I first started, James, if you're watching, hello, and when he first started, he didn't even know what like foundation was. Like, he was a complete novice. He was a hairdresser, wanted to go into makeup, become a makeup artist. So he excelled, and he's doing amazingly well now. So you can literally come in and do a course with absolutely zero knowledge, zero experience. Or you can come in kind of intermediate. You know, I kind of knew a little bit, a couple of the other girls kind of knew like the basics, but you learn, there's stuff that you think, oh, I know how to do that, and actually you don't. Like, it's not until you're actually doing it that you kind of realise. And I think one of the biggest things, which sounds really stupid, but one of the things that I didn't really think about, but actually was the biggest shock to me, was that it is completely different doing makeup on yourself and doing makeup on other people. You can make anything look good on you. Like, you can always do amazing makeup on yourself because you know your face, you know how hard to press, you know what you can do, you can move stuff. Like, it's your own face, you can do what you want. When you're on other people, your manner, how hard you're touching them, what you're doing, you're in a completely different ballgame. And I feel like that sounds really obvious, but I kind of always thought, oh, like, I can do makeup really well on myself. I mean, I don't mean that in a big-headed way, you know what I mean, I can do makeup on myself. But doing it on someone else is completely different, and that took a good while to get used to. So which course is right for you? Again, I would say a good middle one is the 16 to 22 week. A lot of the girls, my friends, did the 16 week. I did the 22. I love the 22. With the 22 week, the difference between the 16 week and the 22 week, in the 22 you get advanced fashion and advanced casualty, which were the two things that I absolutely loved, so that was really great. So yeah, I would say 22. If you're not that interested in fashion, then maybe do the 16. You can always add on, like if you wanted to do the 16 week and then do advanced casualty, you can add on the 2 weeks of advanced casualty. I hope this is making sense. I just wanted to give you a kind of overall experience of how I found it. I loved it. I would recommend it to anyone wanting to get into makeup. I will have all Delamar's links down below. I'll have like the website, contact numbers, everything down there. And yeah, if you have any questions about Delamar, about anything at all, then please leave me them in the comments below. I can always do a follow-up video on any other questions you have. If you want to see like my kit, or if you want to see more in-depth, more in-depth videos on certain aspects of the course, then I can definitely do that. Just let me know. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this, guys. It feels so good to be back. I've missed you guys so much. If you have any other video requests that you'd like to see from me, then do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all very soon. I love you. Bye bye.